In this video, what we are going to do is we will be discussing the light absorption in semiconductors. So when you have some semiconductor, let us say this is your semiconductor and some light is striking on the semiconductor, some part of the light will be get reflected and some part of the light will be absorbed by the semiconductor and some part will be transmitted. So these are the three important phenomena that can takes place when the light energy h nu interacts with your semiconductor. The first phenomena can be some part can be reflected. So that means some of the light which is incident on the semiconductor can get reflected, and some of the light which is interacting with semiconductor can be absorbed. So the third part is some of the light can be transmitted through the semiconductor. Now we will see at what condition the absorption will take place and what condition of the semiconductor and the light, the transmission of the light will take place. Okay, so we'll discuss that based on the energy of the incident light and the band gap of the semiconductor. Assume the h nu amount of light energy is incident on the semiconductor. Let this is EPH. Let us call EPH is equal to h nu. That is the light energy, right? Light energy values. So this is interacting with the semiconductor, and because of that what will happen we will see. So when the light energy is equal to E photon, right? Photon light energy is equal to h nu, and the band gap of the semiconductor is Eg. So we will come across three situations. So the one is the light energy will be smaller than the band gap of the semiconductor. So that is the first case. The second case is the light energy is approximately equal to band gap energy of the semiconductor. The third case is the light energy is greater than band gap of the semiconductor. So these are the three conditions. Now we will specifically discuss what will happen in each of these cases, right? So the first case is the light energy is smaller than the first case is light energy is smaller than the band gap energy. So that means, so the photon energy is this much. The photon energy is this much, but the band gap energy is this much. That means the photon energy is smaller. We know that this is the conduction band and this is the valence band. So the photon energy is only this much. That means lesser than that, lesser than the band gap value. Therefore, what will happen? This cannot promote electron from the valence band to the conduction band. This will not happen. So therefore, what will happen? So this light which is having energy less than the band gap will get transmitted through the semiconductor. So therefore what will happen? The light will be transmitted through the semiconductor and it will act as a transparent, right? The semiconductor will act as a transparent medium for this particular light photons or this particular energy of the photons. So this is the first case. Now we will discuss the second case, right? Now we will discuss the second case. So what is that? When the energy of the photon, right, when energy of the photon, right, is equal to band gap energy. That means this is the band gap energy. The incident light photon energy is equal to the band gap energy. So both are equal values. this light energy value is equal to the band gap energy value. The energy of these both factors are approximately the equal values. So in that condition, what will happen? It will promote some of the electrons from the valence band to the conduction band, right? It will promote electrons from valence band to the conduction band. So this is the second case, right? We have the next case where the energy of the photon is greater than the energy of the band gap. We will see what will happen in the third case, right? The third case, the energy of the photon is greater than the band gap energy. So that means what will happen? The electron from the valence band will promote to the conduction band inside of the conduction band somewhere here, so which is much higher than the conduction band edge, right? This is the conduction band edge. The electron went into the conduction band, that means well above the conduction band edge. The electron is promoted to somewhere this location. So at this point, the electron stability or the lifetime of the electron is lesser than the conduction band edge. Therefore, what will happen? This electron will get relaxed back to the conduction band edge. So during this process, this electron will release this much difference in energy in the form of heat. This much difference in energy in the form of heat. So this process also called as the thermalization process, right? This process is also called as the this process thermalization. 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 So that means the excess energy of the electron present well above the conduction band edge of the semiconductor will relax back to the conduction band edge. So during this transition, that will emit some energy. That energy will be in the form of heat. That process is called as the thermalization, and that heat will be transferred to the semiconductor. So therefore, these are the three important phenomena that will take place when the light interacts with the semiconductor. So basically, whether the light will be absorbed or the light will be transmitted depends upon the energy of the incident photon and the energy values of the band gap of the semiconductors.